In just the next few minutes, I'm going to take a simple SaaS idea and turn it into a working prototype just to prove my concept only by using no-code tools. I'm sure many of you watching this video have heard of software as a service or have even thought about building your own software company. But what if I told you you've been thinking about this all wrong? And you don't even need to hire a developer or really spend any money to build a working prototype of your idea, especially with how accessible these no code tools are today. If you don't know who I am, my name's Brandon Priest, and I'm a 7-figure unemployed professional. And I've been in the software development space for years. And today I'm going to prove to you that you, in your mother's basement, with no money, can build a working prototype of your software idea. Now, the cool thing is, most of the software companies and these ideas that I hear people talk about all the time can actually be done completely with no code tools. And so, for example, bubble.io is probably the best no code builder out there right now. You've got make.com, which can actually perform a lot of the functionality. It originally was an automation tool, but there are a lot of capabilities and use cases for it, even in the software space. And then lastly, just APIs. If you've got an AI idea, you can use OpenAI's API. And there are a ton of APIs out there from companies that have already built really cool things that you can use to then plug into your software, create a new angle, and create an entirely different market. So I'm actually going to link a couple of these no code resources and tools down below for you. But in this video, we're going to focus on the first two steps, which is taking your idea and conceptualizing it and then building a working prototype using no code tools. There are going to be a few other videos after this, so make sure to subscribe if you guys are interested to see me actually take this idea and build it all the way out to a production level MVP. So when coming up with your first software idea, I want to make this really clear. It does not need to be some crazy, advanced, super complex idea for you to be making tens of thousands of dollars a month. You would actually be shocked if you took a second and looked at a lot of successful software companies out there today that are doing tens of thousands of dollars a month or have even sold for over $1 million at how simple their initial concept and idea was for the application. Let's take a look at like Tweet Hunter, for example. This company was around for a year until they sold for millions of dollars. And you could have actually built that entire initial MVP using make.com and Bubble wherever you are. So for you to think that, it takes a ton of money, a ton of time, and I need to have some super complex idea for it to be successful is just not the case. It's as simple as just identifying a problem and then building a solution to solve that problem. The other thing when coming up with your idea, which I highly recommend, is identifying some of the core advantages that you have, whether it's your skills or your knowledge base. But what advantages do you have over everyone else? And that could be as simple as like you've worked in an industry for like 5 or 10 years. You've heard and actually dealt with a lot of these problems, which now you're like, hey, I could build a simple software application that could solve a lot of these problems. And by leveraging the advantages that you have, it makes it a little bit easier to actually vet your idea, making sure that there's demand for that idea. And with the accessibility of a lot of these AI tools and this whole AI wave right now, you can take a lot of these AI APIs and plug them in and easily optimize a ton of different businesses in a ton of different industries and develop, software that may have not been available to a lot of people, even 3, 4, 5 years ago. So make sure to leverage the advantages that you have and make sure to not overcomplicate the idea itself. So now let's talk about the actual idea of the prototype and software demo we're going to be building here over the next few videos. To give you a little backstory, prior to me being full-time in software development, I was full-time in e-commerce. I had a big marketing background, so I focused specifically on a model called dropshipping. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, but for those of you who aren't, basically, I'm finding a supplier on AliExpress who's selling a product for, let's just say, $5. I think, hey, I can sell that product for way more. So I build my own store around that product and I list it for $30. Then I run a bunch of ads to drive customers to my store who purchase it for $30. When someone purchases, I then take their shipping address, buy it from my supplier, who then ships it directly to that customer. So I'm kind of playing the middleman. I don't have to worry about inventory. And I'm just making all the money in the middle just by running ads and marketing a product. So that's what dropshipping is. Now, the problem with dropshipping is you have to have a lot of different products that you're ready to test. And what I mean by that is you may build a store around one product and it doesn't work. So instead of wasting even more money, you cycle that in with a new product. But it's not as easy as it seems, because to build an entirely new website and store takes quite a bit of time. And probably the most time consuming portion of that is copywriting and actually writing good copy that converts customers to actually purchase my product from my store. And so copywriting is a huge factor in marketing in general, but writing copy for an entire website, for my landing page or my product page, and then writing all the copy for my ads is just extremely time consuming. So to break this idea down in even more simple terms, I'm building a software for dropshippers that speeds up the product testing process by letting dropshippers add products to, their dashboard page, let's just say, and build out a product testing list. So here are the 10 products that I'm going to be testing. But instead of just having those products and then manually writing all the copy associated to build a store, to run the ads, I'm going to be doing that automatically with AI. So now a drop shipper can log into my software and see their entire product testing list and all the copy associated to it. So it's as simple as copy and paste. This will significantly help dropshippers speed up their testing process. So I know that there's viability in this. I mean, if I was just breaking down the amount of hours I would spend on copy for one store, we're talking 3 or 4 hours. So if I was testing 10 different products, that's 40 hours spent in writing copy. And this tool would really help eliminate all 40 hours of that process. So save me a ton of time so I could make more money by testing more products. So now that we have the idea, it's time to work on the prototype. And the prototype by no means needs to be like the final, MVP or have a front end interface. We're basically just taking that core concept, that idea, that one feature that we have, and we're going to bootstrap build this thing together. And we're going to use 3 tools for this. We're going to use make.com. We're going to use Airtable, which is going to act as kind of like our database. And then we're going to use OpenAI's API to actually generate the copy for us. So if I'm thinking about this from a user perspective, which is really important, for your prototype, you want to basically be able to show what the user is going to be doing and how they're interacting to like save products. So I'm a drop shipper. I'm scrolling through AliExpress. I find a product that I like that I want to write copy on. And what's the easiest way for me to be able to submit that information? It's probably through the URL, or I could use a Chrome extension, for example. Click the Chrome extension, bookmark that page, then AI analyzes all the information that I want it to from that page and generates my copy for me. So we're going to take that approach to this idea. And so let's go ahead and just jump into this. So right now I'm in airtable.com. You're going to want to go to Airtable and create an account. It's free to sign up. It looks a lot like Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheets, which I'm sure most of you have worked with. Once you're signed up, go ahead and create a base, and you should land on a page that looks a lot like this. I went ahead and added a title, Dropshipping Writing Tool, which you can do the same. But this is going to act as kind of like our database for our prototype. I love using Airtable, especially when using Make, just to be able to test these prototypes, make sure everything works, fine tune, make small adjustments, and be able to see the outputs, as well as understand, hey, which data types am I going to be collecting for my software, which I'll be jumping into here in a second. So we're going to change a lot of these columns here. Let's go ahead and edit this first field from name. Let's make this product URL. And this is going to be our AliExpress product URL. We'll just put AliExpress on here as well. So when you're a dropshipper scrolling through products, and you find a product that you like, you're going to bookmark that product and it's going to save that link here. The next one is going to be our product source text. So this is also going to come from AliExpress, but this is a text about the product that we want AI to analyze and then generate our copy based on. So we'll go ahead and save that. We'll make that a little bit bigger because it will be longer. Let's go ahead and delete these 2 fields here. And the next one is going to be another long text, and this is going to be our ad copy. So this is what AI is actually going to output. We're going to be able to see that here. Let's also do our sales page copy. Now we can also do the website copy, but I think ad copy and sales copy, as long as we can get the outputs we're looking for, will be more than enough to prove this concept. The next thing we might want to do is let's put in like their store name. That way the copy can be kind of branded around the store name. So this will be a single line of text. We'll put that up here because we're going to need that before we start generating the ad copy and the sales page copy. And then lastly, what you're going to want to do is go to created time and create this field. So we'll just call it created. The reason you need this is so Make can identify which products are new and recent, and generate those, the copy associated to the most recent bookmarked products, or products added to our testing list. So this right here is the outline of our database and our testing list for this prototype. So the next thing you're going to want to do, and it's a cool feature that Airtable has, are extensions. And so what we're going to do, because I want this software to be initially a Chrome extension. So you download this Chrome extension when you're doing product research, you find a product that you like, you bookmark it, and it automatically gets saved here. And then through make.com, AI will generate the rest. So let's go ahead and add extension. They have one in here called Web Clipper. So we'll go ahead and add this extension. We're going to be taken to the Chrome extension store where we actually have to download this Chrome extension. Perfect. Now, once you have your Chrome extension added, you can pin it up here at the top. And as you can see, we have our Airtable Chrome extension. We're going to go ahead and we don't need to go back to Airtable, I don't think, but let's add our extension here. So let's go back to Web Clipper and click add because we needed to download that first. Okay, perfect. So we're going to call this product testing list. And this is going to go to table 1. We'll go ahead and add to extension. So now we have our product testing list. So now we need to build out what fields we need for this. So obviously we're going to need product source text from page title. No, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do product source text based on selected text. So the highlighted text on that page. We'll click done. Product URL, AliExpress will be the page URL. Ad copy, we don't need that because that doesn't matter. The one thing that we do need though is the store name. And we will go ahead and just add that manually. So we'll leave that at none. We'll go ahead and open this extension. Let's clear this. Okay, so we got product source test. Let's start with the product URL and then the store name, which you'll add manually. And then product source text from selected text. So let's go ahead and open that extension here. And let's go ahead and let's give this a shot before we jump into Make. So let's go to AliExpress. Okay, so right here, I've got the product that we're going to use for this example. This is actually a product that I sold. I did well over $500,000 in revenue through this product as well. I'll throw up a little screenshot here just for anybody who doubts me. But this will be cool just to be able to see what kind of copy that it generates from our AI output here. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and click on our Web Clipper. And we have our product testing list. We've got our store URL right here. Let's come up with a store name. Let's call it Bloom. Yeah. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. So product source text. So how this actually works is we can actually go down here and select the description or the text that we want. So let's just start here. We'll copy this little product description. Actually, let's do view more and we'll start at the bottom and move our way up. And so now let's actually reopen this Chrome extension and it should save the text that we have selected. Perfect. So it did. Let's go ahead and add Bloom in here and add record. Now, once this is added to record, we'll see that right here. So we see the AliExpress link. We see that our store name is called Bloom, and then it has all the product descriptions that we need to be able to submit that to AI to generate our ad copy and our sales page copy. So the next step is let's jump into make.com. All right, so I'm here in Make, and what you're going to need to do is set up an account with make.com. It is free as well. So once you set up an account, go ahead and create your first scenario. And these are typically automation scenarios, but you can do so much when it comes to like backend functionality for a prototype, for software using make.com. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. So the first thing to develop this prototype is actually, let me just break it down for you. What we're going to do is we need something that connects to Airtable to know when a new bookmark or a new product has been added to our list in Airtable. Make needs to automatically be notified and then start, actually doing that backend functionality. So it'll go Airtable to OpenAI, where OpenAI will generate the ad copy. It'll then generate, our sales page copy, and then it'll save all of that back to Airtable so we can see that associated with our product list. So we're going to go ahead here and add Airtable. So the other thing is you are going to need your Airtable API key, which is easily accessible in your settings. So you're going to want to do that as well if you're following along. But what we want is watch records. So first, really quick, I just want to cover how much Make can actually do for you before we finish this out. So let's add a module. Just look at how many apps they have here. I mean, it is significant. We've got OpenAI. We've got, a ton of different AI tools, Browse AI. So this is actually another third-party tool where you can actually search the internet with large language model. We've got, oh my God, everything. Anything you could really think of. We got Slack, if you're building something there. We've got Notion. We've got, oh man, I could just scroll through this all day. But there are so many applications for this. You can, even if a company isn't on here, for example. So right here, we got Chatbase, where you can actually build your own custom knowledge chatbots, which you can also integrate in here. So let's just say, for example, we wanted this to be so good. We created a chat-based chatbot, uploaded a bunch of, information on copywriting, books, resources, videos, and really trained a model to understand copywriting. And we wanted to use that instead of OpenAI, we could do that as well. So there's so many use cases for this, guys. I just wanted to quickly show you that so you can spend some time poking around with Make after this video. So what you're going to want to do if you don't have a connection and you haven't linked your Airtable account to make.com yet, you're going to want to add a connection. Your connection type is going to be token or key. And then you're going to go to Airtable where you're actually going to find your unique key, personal access token, which will be in your settings. And you're going to paste that in here. And this will basically create the connection between Airtable and Make for you. I already have that connection done. I already selected our base. So let's go ahead and select a table, which is just table 1. And we'll see trigger field created, label that field created. Let's do a limit of 1, or let's do 2. So this will be the number of products that it will fetch at a time. Let's do grid view. You don't need a formula. You don't need any advanced settings here. And we'll go ahead and click OK. Now we can also go ahead and run this module only or click run once to see if it actually fetches the data that we need. So look, we just ran it once and you can see product URL, AliExpress URL. We've got that source text in here. And then the store name doesn't have any other records because we don't have ad copy or sales copy because that's the job of this Make automation here. So step number 2 is going to be OpenAI. And same thing here, you're going to want to go to OpenAI and get your API key. So you're going to want to set up an account there. And so we'll go ahead and create a completion, which is what we're trying to do here. We're going to add a new connection type. I'm just going to use my testing key. And so you're going to want to do the exact same thing here. Click add your API key, add your organization's API key, which you're going to get from OpenAI. Once you have that, we'll select a model. So in this example, let's use GPT-4. If you don't have access to it, you're more than welcome to use GPT 3.5 Turbo. The next step is messages. So we're going to assign a role. And so we're going to select the system role. So this is basically the AI system itself. And in this message content, we're just going to tell the, OpenAI or ChatGPT exactly what it is. And so I'm not too focused on the prompt engineering right now, but there's a lot of fine tuning that can be done, at least on the prompt engineering side, to generate better outputs. But in this example, you are an expert Facebook ad copywriter. Your job is to create highly engaging Facebook ad copy for a specific product. The goal is to convert viewers to purchase the product. So pretty basic. The next step is the user role. So this is you and what your prompt is. If you've used ChatGPT before, what you type into that prompt, this is what goes into the message content. So we're just going to add this basic prompt in here. Take these product details and create 3 variations of highly engaging Facebook ad copy. Make sure to include the product name, or we don't need to include the product name. Make sure to include a compelling offer. Take these product deals for this product. Boom. So there's our prompt. Now, underneath this, we actually need to add the dynamic variables from Airtable. So what we need is, we called it product details. And then underneath this, we're going to take that product source text, which is what we got from AliExpress. And we're going to add that right here. So it's basically going to analyze all this text that we got from AliExpress and generate our output for us. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And I think that's everything we need on this. So we'll go ahead and click OK on that. And then let's go ahead and we are going to add whatever output we get from OpenAI into back into Airtable in those same columns. So we want whatever the output from OpenAI is to display that inside of ad copy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click upsert a record. We're then going to select our base, which we did before. We're going to select the table. And we need a record ID. So we're going to drag over this ID, which is the same ID that was initially inputted here that it fetched. And then record, we're not going to update the product URL. We're not going to update the product sources text or the store name. We're just going to update the ad copy. So we're going to go here into choices, message, content. This is where it's going to display the actual output from OpenAI. And we're going to drag that into ad copy. And then we're going to go ahead, don't need any advanced settings. We'll just go ahead and click save. There are also advanced settings here where you can adjust temperature, for example, and how creative it can get. We can actually do that. Max tokens. Let's go ahead and set the max tokens to this for like 800. That way it doesn't stop for any reason. And then that's it. Here we have our automation set up. Let's go ahead and run this again. So it obviously didn't fetch anything from Airtable because it already fetched this. So it realized, hey, I've already sourced this product. There's no new products added. So let's go ahead and redo this web clipper. Go in here, click on Airtable, product testing list, store name, Bloom. There's all our copy. And we'll add this record once again. So we can see this record in here, and this is the new record that we just generated. Let's go ahead and run this again. And so what you'll see is it fetched that new record. Here's the AliExpress link. Here's all the product source text. Now OpenAI is actually generating the ad copy for this right now. And once that's done, it should then bounce over into Airtable here and re-add whatever that output is to our Airtable product list. Alrighty, so you can see here inside of output choices, one message, content, here is the ad copy that it generated. So say goodbye to neck pain, let's go ahead and disable this. Ad copy 2, wave goodbye to aches and pains, transform your day with a massage. Perfect. Okay, that's not too bad. And then here we can see that Airtable actually updated that record. So let's jump back into Airtable and boom, you can see our ad copy right here. And so now we need to do the same thing with sales page copy. And so looks like everything works. That is wonderful. So we're going to do this test one more time. We're going to bookmark that same product again, except now we're going to have, after we're done with this make automation, ad copy and sales page copy. So let's go ahead and jump back into here. And what we're going to do is we are going to add a new module. Actually, we can actually duplicate this module. So let's go ahead and clone this module. And this is going to be our sales page copywriter. And then let's actually go ahead and clone this Airtable model too. Clone module and connect that here. So ad copy, basically, this is our bookmark product list. It'll go into a router. So it'll send that information to this OpenAI module, and this will generate all the ad copy, update it to Airtable. And then in theory, this should generate the sales copy and then update that in Airtable as well. So let's go ahead and change this. We can keep most of this the same. Let's just say you are an expert sales page copywriter. Your job is to take basic product details and write highly converting copy for a sales page. Again, not too worried about the prompt engineering itself. I just want to make sure that these outputs display. Take these product details and create a detailed and highly converting website copy that will be used on a sales page. The goal of this sales page is to persuade visitors to purchase the product. Let's say use direct response copywriting strategies. Creating copy. Let's also add, so we have the product details here. Let's make sure to include an offer and the store name, which we'll put in quotes, but inside these quotes, we are going to add the store name. That way the copy, mentions the store itself and isn't super vague. Perfect. So we'll keep all this the same. Maybe we'll up the token usage to 1,000, keep the temperature pretty low. And GPT-4 is going to be a little bit slower than GPT-3, but we'll go ahead and leave that for now. We'll click OK. Now we need to update the Airtable as well. So it's going to be the same table, the same ID, except we're not updating ad copy in this one. The content in sales page. So basically the same thing, but we're not updating ad copy because that's what this is doing up here. We're just updating the sales page copy. Show advanced settings, don't need any of those. And we'll go ahead and save that. So let's go ahead and we will web clip this product once again. Product testing list. Store name is Bloom. We will add that record. Let's just make sure that it was added. And here we go. So this is our most recent record here. Jump back into Airtable and run this again. So as you can see, it submitted the copy here. Now we're waiting on it to do the ad copy first, and then it should do the sales page copy. So as you guys can see, it did generate the ad copy first, which is pretty much very similar to what it did before. And now we are waiting on it to finish the actual sales page copy. And boom, we've got it. So we've got Airtable. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and check what this output was. Content. Boom. Okay. So we've got like different sections: unparalleled comfort and design, revolution in electric therapy. Okay. At Bloom, we are committed to providing customers. Cool. Perfect. So use the additional variable that we added. And if we check back here, we've got it. So not only do we have our ad copy, but we also have the sales page copy that we're going to use for this product. So guys, this is a very, very basic example. But it really just goes to show, hey, we built an entire prototype. This does solve our problem. So now for this prototype example, I can just do product research. Once I find a product that I like, just highlight, the product description, add it to my Airtable, and I can actually go here and set this make automation to run every 15 minutes. I can set it in intervals. I can set it once a day. I can set it on demand. So I can have it run constantly whenever it sees a new product being added here on our Airtable list, which would save me. I mean, on every single product that I'm testing, if I don't have the right copy and I can copy whatever copy ChatGPT generated for me. I'm saving hours and hours on every single product that I'm testing. So this is a perfect example of a demo. So what happens next? So what do we do next? What if we actually built a front end for this? What if we built our own Chrome extension using Bubble? I feel like the best model for this is just make a custom Chrome extension that you pay maybe like $1 or $10 a year, $1 a month, $10 a year to use, that automatically generates all your copy when you're doing product research and builds out a product list for you, a product testing list. But the easiest way to do that is probably going to be a Chrome extension. So let's build a Chrome extension in Bubble. Maybe another cool thing would be to integrate directly with Shopify instead of Airtable. So maybe we do a Shopify integration. So let's click on that and let's see. We can create an order, update an order. Let's look at create product, update a product. Perfect. So we could actually take the copy that we get, let's just say from the sales page, or have AI or create another ChatGPT module that would create our product description for us and then adds that and creates a product on Shopify. So there are a ton of use cases here on what we can do, but this is a basic prototype proving that our concept actually works and what generated copy on a product for our sales page and our ad copy in literally a couple of minutes. That is optimization, to say the least. So to wrap things up, we literally took an idea that we had for a dropshipping AI software. And not only did we come up with the idea, but we also generated the prototype using no-code tools, using make.com as well as Airtable. And now we can see that our actual concept, has kind of came to life. And the ability for dropshippers to save a ton of time testing products by using AI to automatically generate their copy based on products that they think are cool, that they want to add to their product testing list. So in the future videos, we're actually going to take this prototype and actually start building this thing out using bubble.io, which is our no-code software tool. So I'm thinking we actually take this and we turn it into a Chrome extension that people can use, maybe charge like $1 a month or $10 a year. Obviously, I don't think I'm going to be running with this software idea, but it is a good idea to be able to conceptualize with you guys as well as build out a working prototype using these no-code tools. But if you want to get a jump start on this and you want to learn more about Bubble, we do have a free Bubble course that you guys can sign up to. I'll throw the link in the bio that actually walks through more of an advanced AI build, but showing you guys exactly how to build an AI software application using Bubble, using these no-code tools. So if you are interested and you want to get a head start on this, feel free. But I will see you guys in the next video as we start to really build this thing out and cover a lot more on the capabilities of no-code platforms and what you guys can actually do.